All right, family, listen, we're gonna be honest, okay? As a baby conservative, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I really thought that I was stepping into a party that stood for certain principles. Okay. Smaller government, less manipulation, fake news, abolish them, more backbone. This is just what I thought I was stepping into, but it has been a lot of changes that have been taking place within the Republican Party. And I thought I was the only one that was feeling it, but apparently I'm not. Because there are some people that just opened my eyes to some shit that I ain't never heard before. Let's check it out.
So I have a Democrat coworker who recently found out that I'm no longer a fan of Trump. So yesterday we both came into work at the same time, and he comes up to me and goes, "Oh, I don't want to be here. I'd much rather be at the No Kings protest with my wife. We went to the one in Chicago, and it was so much fun, blah, 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 blah." Look, buddy, I'm going to let you talk because I like you and I respect you, but I'm not with you here. We don't dislike Trump for the same reasons. And I personally think that the No Kings protests are organized by the Uniparty to sow division within the people. And I'm not for that. I'm not playing with this left versus right thing anymore.
I
Because I
feel that.
personally think that they're two wings of the same bird. They want us divided while they're all playing for the same team. But that's my opinion. You're allowed to disagree. But here's where Trump lost me. He lost me at Epstein who? Why are we still talking about Epstein?
Okay,
Somebody knows who those redacted names.
let me pause that for a second. Let me be first to say that I don't know everything. All right. I don't know everything. I don't know everything. I know a little bit about a lot of shit. That's it. But I never knew what people really meant. Well, I did know, but when people would say they're two wings of the same bird, I always thought of it like how people like to bring in that the party switch shit. Like that's what I thought when they said two wings of the same bird. I know that we have rhinos in the Republican Party. Of course, I live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Okay. I live in a liberal city in a red state. Let me tell you, I know that we got hella rhinos in our party out here, respectfully. However, I knew nothing about this uniparty shit. And I'm gonna let her finish and then I'm gonna kind of give you all a little bit of info on exactly what this party is because it's gonna blow your mind. Check it out.
Names are. Why isn't that being investigated? No, they'd rather investigate Joe Kent and Tucker Carlson over some BS that Laura Loomer made up. He also lost me at, yeah, so we did lose Charlie Kirk, but about my new ballroom. He also lost me at everyone in his administration putting a foreign country before our own. And he lost me again when he dragged us into a war on behalf of another country. I haven't seen anybody at the No Kings protest protesting those things. And my guess is because it's set up by the Uniparty. So no, I'm not with you on the No Kings protest, but I'm going to let you speak. And I'm not going to respond in some asshole way.
Made some great points. She made some great points. Trump ain't lost me, but I have questioned him on certain things and certain moves that he has made. Do I regret my vote? Absolutely not. So before you liberals go crazy, I don't regret my vote. I don't regret my vote at all. However, I'm just learning about this whole uniparty idea. All right. Now, the things that people are just throwing around like it's some brand new conservative revelation, it didn't start there. This isn't the first time that this terminology obviously has come up. Now, political trace the modern political use of the uniparty all the way back to Ralph Nader supporters in 2000. So this was a while ago. I didn't care anything about politics around that time. Let me be clear. And I was a Democrat, but it was used to describe the corporate Democrat Republican machine. And later the term got embraced by libertarians and then by the Bannon and Breitbart wing of the right. I'm waking up to something new when it comes to the Republican Party. Because like what I have been noticing when it comes to the right is that too many of them still are comfortable with playing the same game. Too many of them. They're still playing the same games. They campaign like they don't have to do anything. Like they don't have to like what happened to the videos? What happened to the billboards? What happened to going to knock on people's doors? One of the biggest issues that I have with Indiana Republicans is that you all do not go to the hood. You need people who are willing to go to the grassroots part of the city and start collaborating or connecting with people of that area. You all are missing a golden opportunity to get new black voters on your side. And I'm starting to realize it's because it's the truth. A lot of the ones who have the most power, who has been in their position for hundreds of years. It ain't been 100, but it seems like it. Mitch McConnell, they all governor like the caretakers of the same machine. All of them do the same thing, just like the liberals. They tell regular people that they're here to fight the establishment, but then too often they're protecting the establishment. It sounds like birds of the same wing to me. Disappointing. It's disappointing because I'm never going to go back to being a Democrat. And being an independent, I'm still leaning conservative. Like there's still values of the conservative party that I align with. But I didn't come over here looking for a political version of the same shit. I came over here to look for something new. I didn't come over here looking for controlled opposition. I'm over here just to switch from teams and still be lied to. This is not running back to the left. It's about being honest enough to say the Republican Party is changing. I see it. I see it. Okay. If it's been infiltrated, I see that too. A lot of the points that she made are valid points. And maybe that's why the word uniparty is surviving. Why it's coming back up. Because like I said, this is my first time. I've heard it, but I never really looked into it. But it's starting to pop back up again. And whether it's the left, right, or independent, too many people are starting to notice that the system has a way of protecting itself no matter who's in charge. As a black woman who is new to the conservative party, that's something I'm just now fully waking up to. Not everything is really what it seems. And all skin folk, well, all skin folk when it comes to the political party ain't necessarily kinfolk. We might all have the same jersey, but that don't mean that we all playing the same team, unfortunately. See you all next time on the next video. Make sure you all tune in every Monday at 5 p.m. The Realist Lounge live where culture meets context. See you next time.
Where culture